I want to think it's 5
The phone goes along the
probably one of the ones that grew up in Tamaqua. There was a big accident there. Somebody didn't send the switch right. Yeah, that's what I like about tankers. You get to see what's actually going to see. Read the letter and they'll show you what's inside. That's interesting. You see that power again from fast break. That's a fun train to chase, although it goes very far. It's non-stop from here. It's stayed all the way by straight. We changed the door. It's more than especially the entire track. They call it also call it the straight because of the day. Probably the 2 engines of rubber red cars. There's some other industries in this direction.
Approaching the northern limit of North Reading Yard, we pass Overpass on our left and Packaging Corporation of America on our right, two important customers of the railroad. We sail under busy U.S. Route 222, formerly known as the Road to Nowhere, and enter signal territory on the Reading and Northern, which extends for the next 41 miles. We cross the main branch of the Schuylkill River on the picturesque Peacock's Lock Viaduct. This unique span was designed and completed by Gustavus Nichols for the Philadelphia and Reading Railroad in 1856. It is known as a pierced spandrel bridge because there are actually large circular openings between each arch and the bridge deck. It is believed to be the only bridge of this type in the western bank of the main branch of the Schuylkill River. The main branch of the Schuylkill River is 135 miles long and empties into the Delaware River at the site of the former Philadelphia Navy Yard. The name Schuylkill was coined by Dutch settlers and means hidden river and refers to its confluence with the Delaware River.
which is over 100 miles.
Up by Scranton.
Up by Scranton.
Look for rail fans on your left.
Entering West Leesport, the train sounds the horn for the Lee Street and Main Street grade crossings. This is a popular spot for photographers, as it is situated at the extreme north end of one of the longest stretches of straight and level track of the entire railroad. If you were to stand at ground level here, you can literally see the train coming northbound for miles. Awaits delivery to customers. The next crossing is on Shoey Road, named for the nearby borough of Shoemakersville, located just across the Schuylkill River.
see that pickup blocking the flat. That's like, I remember there's this running joke on steamers, especially in Oak Strasburg, where they say, please no smoking on the train, bitch, will do all the smoking for us. I always get a kick out of that joke because it is true.
Jackson Snyder.
Alright.
Take the boat to I take this junction. I said, it takes a lot of change to drive it. They were like so sold on it.
Entering Hamburg, we pass Mart and the former site of the Reading Company's West Hamburg passenger station. Immediately after that, we glide over West State Street and under Route 61 at virtually the same time.
Pretty fun driving up here and watching these guys. Route 61, we're going to see that a lot. We don't want them to go under it a lot. We also parallel it.
So then we went last year. That was the last straight running. Last September. Him and I went which is good. I'm glad that I have some friends to know and I like the
Busy Interstate 78 and approach Industrial Drive. Also at this crossing, we enter a brand new segment of double-track railroad on the Reading and Northern at Muller interlocking. This addition was completed in 2020. Tracks to our left in this area. Very shortly, we will pass under a trestle of the former Pennsylvania Railroad Schuylkill Valley branch. This is now part of the John Bartram Trail, which is a segment of the Schuylkill River Trail running between Pottsville and Philadelphia. Also on the right, you will see Kernsville Dam on the Schuylkill River.
That's actually the trail you guys were on.
The T1 looks good.
Yeah, the Schuylkill River Trail. So there's the bridge.
Yeah, Thomas, I bet you didn't know that the T1 is going to
Can you install the super heater? Because that's obviously you got there and a lot of those shop photos.
Tunnel.
The firebox needs a little bit of work, but then they have to repaint it into Ramble's colors.
Make some choices now. To just take some baby steps toward life, but she wants this.
They're very confident here. She wants to. You saw one of them that he's taken out of it. Electric colors now.
We're lighting now.
Yeah.
We're lighting up one time.
Having passed under Route 61 yet again, we approach Port Clinton. As I mentioned earlier, we will be stopping at Port Clinton Station to board more passengers. As we will pause only long enough to board those passengers, we ask that no one get off the train during this stop, with the exception of designated train crew members. As we enter Port Clinton, watch to your right, you'll see our car shop and our locomotive shop on the left.
This is their base of operations. Everything starts, everything ready in order. There has to be.
Actually,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
As we cross Broad Street, watch to your left for our recently expanded roundhouse and turntable. The turntable is actually from the Monongahela Railroad in South Brownsville, Pennsylvania, and fit nicely into the old Reading Company pit, which was unearthed in 1998. On our right now is the Little Schuylkill River. We will cross over the Little Schuylkill numerous times along our route. Having rounded Black Oak Curve and passing under Route 61 for the fourth and final time, we enter the small community of Molino. Route 895 will follow our line for several miles to the left of the train. The open fields along Route 895 make the area an ideal place for rail fans to photograph our train in operation. Look for them at several locations along our route. This area is one of the largest suppliers of Christmas trees on the East Coast. Road in Drehersville. Here we turn away from Route 895 and curve around the base of the mountain for which the road has been named. Watch for white-tailed deer and wild turkeys in this remote area.
Part of the school bridge still exists. It's right by Overpass. You know where the BJ's is? Right by the Expo Center. Right by the Expo Center and all those other places. There's a little branch that comes out of there. It's the Phoenix, which is supposed to be. And they also have
As we enter New Ringgold, the train whistles for the Route 895 and 443 crossing, or Hughes Avenue. The tracks pass right through the center of town on a long straight line, making this another popular spot for photographers. We're crossing Schuylkill Road in the remote community of Hecla. Those of you seated on the left side of the coaches should be able to see the locomotives negotiating the curve. And in a few moments, those of you on the right will have the same view. This location is named for the former Atlas Gunpowder Plant, now Copperhead Chemical Company. Copperhead manufactures pharmaceutical-grade nitroglycerin and defense munitions applications. Emerging from the woods and entering the anthracite region, Route Zenners due to the wide open field of view. This is another popular place for photographers. The spur track on the right serves Mart and Scott.
This is where I've actually paced the train. I think the northern crew that trolled me last time I tried to pace them. Cheeky buggers, yeah, those are the guys that trolled me last.
Which is completely insane.
Alright, here she is.
Yeah, because that's what they're doing. After they get us at one location, they run right to the next.
At South Tamaqua, we pass through the coal piles at the Premium Fine Coal Company, a classic anthracite region setting. Very shortly, we will enter another segment of double-track railroad at equilateral interlocking and pass through Tamaqua Yard, where we will see even more freight awaiting distribution to local customers. Tamaqua, we see our Greenwood running track diverge to the east. Watch to your left for the old PA telegraph office of the Reading Company, which dates back to the 1880s. The odd shape of the building is due to its location inside a Y track that once existed here to connect Tamaqua and Pottsville. As we cross Broad Street, we are slowing down for our final station stop before Jim Thorpe, the former Reading Company Tamaqua Passenger Station built in 1874. The structure barely escaped demolition several times since passenger service was discontinued by the Reading Company in 1961. In 2004, the Tamaqua Save Our Station group proudly completed a $1.5 million renovation of the building. The beautifully restored station now has
Yeah, that one. I love seeing, trains coming through. It's quite adorable. Especially since it tells me a possible future,
departing Tamaqua, we cross Elm, Vine, and Rose Streets and begin to climb the steep grade toward Barnesville.
It's actually my first time being past Tamaqua. I mean, by train, obviously. Jim Thorpe many times. Once. This is my first time being between this locomotive and Jim Thorpe. I've been in this locomotive here. I mean, I've driven by here.
We'll go through that tunnel, right? Thomas, that's Molino Tunnel.
I believe so, yeah.
And that's really short, right?
The only thing about that, like, the old boys used to have gone up to the one.
Greg and Maddie. Sure. Four of us are and then David's David's family five. Emily's family five. David's family three. 22 times. So I say
Sprawling Versum Materials plant is on the left side of the train. Look for white-tailed deer and turkeys in the fields surrounding the plant. sprawling Versum Materials plant is on the left side of the train. Look for white-tailed deer and turkeys in the fields surrounding the plant. Sprawling Versum Materials plant is on the left side of the train. Look for white-tailed deer and turkeys in the fields surrounding the plant. And over 1,000 feet long. It is supported by 8 riveted steel towers anchored by 8 concrete piers. The Little Schuylkill River, reduced to just a stream, will be directly below our train. To the left in the distance, you'll be able to see the Knifer Creek Dam. As we go over the bridge, feel free to take all the dam pictures you wish. I'll just read them, folks. What can I tell you? To give you a little history of the bridge, the first incarnation was completed in 1870 when this line was first built. It was made entirely of wooden timbers. The threat of fire caused by the hot coals and sparks from steam locomotives was a constant problem. To safeguard against this, 2 watchmen were employed to inspect the bridge following the passage of every train. They lived nearby in company-owned homes and worked 12-hour shifts. In the event of a fire, wooden barrels filled with water, along with buckets, were placed on either side of the bridge approximately every 100 feet. It should be noted that in those early days there were no side railings on the bridge. However, the wooden structure was built in such a way that any piece of timber could be removed and repaired without having to stop train traffic from crossing the bridge. In 1896, the wooden bridge was replaced by a steel structure, and in 1931, the Phoenix Bridge Company rebuilt the bridge into its current form. It was originally intended to be a double-track bridge to carry a planned main line running between New York and Chicago. During World War I, owing perhaps to its strategic location, the bridge was guarded by soldiers against trespassers and intruders. During World War II, security guards provided by the railroad watched the bridge around the clock. The last time the bridge was guarded in this manner was the 1948 presidential campaign of Harry S. Truman, as he traveled the country on a whistle-stop tour aboard his private rail car, the Ferdinand Magellan. That's Greenwood Lake on our left. Very serene and contemplative scene. Greenwood Lake is used primarily for sailboating.
Sometimes I have the trains that have low dynamics, so they bring smell rotting head.
They probably
One guy told me when I tried to pace this train before. Right there.
1995, and is the nation's leading independent compounder of engineering resins, alloys, and other thermoplastic materials.
That's the whole convoy chasing after us.
I'd like to, make it a destination, an experience out of it. It's really experience of being on there,
Producing fire apparatus and other types of heavy-duty vehicles such as aircraft refueling trucks. Some examples of their work can be seen in the lots adjacent to the railroad.
Thomas, I thought that's the Southern Pacific 69.
What?
No, 425 has the Southern Pacific 69.
No, I didn't have that. Probably hang over.
Nesquehoning itself was founded in 1830 by the Lehigh Pullman Navigation Company to provide housing for the employees mining anthracite in the nearby Root Run mine. Tracks pass directly through this residential neighborhood.
That'll be a good one. You got a house.
Use the restrooms on board the train. Also at this time, we suggest that you begin to gather any belongings that you may need to take with you while in Jim Thorpe.
I know, like, what's hard panel? Open the door. Push it that way.
There you go. Grab her on the side. We're going to wait for the Leon Boys to go.
Right. And key points north, such as Penobscot and Pittston. We will see this new route in action on our southbound trip this afternoon.
There's some of the tankers sort of
form a Y that allows trains to be turned. Think of this as you would a three-point turnaround in a car. Now folks, contrary to what your trip handout says, this is the method we will use to turn our train completely around for the southbound run during your stay in Jim Thorpe. You'll also notice the abandoned PQ tower on the left that controlled train movements at this location until April of 1972. Now this route is used by our Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway, the same path you would glide down for the 25-mile return trip from Whitehaven to Jim Thorpe.
I've seen it before. It's actually very, very popular. Usually runs on weekdays.
Yeah, like 2,500 horsepower. 2,000, like 2,000.
Turntable. This turntable on the right is operational and is often used to turn steam locomotive number 425 when it is used on our all-day passenger excursions. Deeper in the yard, we pass under Pennsylvania Route 903. Jim Thorpe's Memorial is located on Route 903 at the end of town. Route 903 heads toward Blakesley, deep in the Poconos. Jim Thorpe is on the southwestern tip of the Pocono region, which includes Carbon, Monroe, Pike, and Wayne counties. Millions of people visit the Poconos each year to participate in outdoor activities, stay at one of the dozens of resorts, or take part at 3:45 p.m. sharp. Remember your coach number, as you will have the same seat for the return trip. Therefore, if your coach number is 307, simply remember car 307 at 3:15. The train will not be accessible while we are in town, therefore please take anything you may need along with you. You may of course leave anything you wish on the train and no one will bother. The the other train operating in Jim Thorpe today is not going anywhere close to Tamaqua, Fort Clinton, or North Reading. To say the least, it is a long walk back to any of those places. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as Conductor Stern has the train properly spotted in the station, he will give the okay to your car attendants to detrain you. Please exit the train only where you see a uniformed car attendant with step box. Please follow their instructions, such as take your time, watch your step, hold on to the elevator rails, and look down as you exit. We do not want anyone getting hurt. We'll see you back here at 3:15 p.m. on the red train. So long for now.